kitchen and commons and practice gym first, and moving some classrooms into there so they could have fuller access to the 28 building to try and save some money there. So that's another thing that's
Do you think that pods would have to be brought in? Even if you did it that way, there's a potential for
There's
pods?
There's potential for pods.
I think temporary, that's
Yeah.
part of the...
But
if
we think maybe we could get by that.
If they could do enough of because they like to renovate in sections rather than, you know, one phase, second phase, and so forth, sections of the building.
Okay.
If they could get a certain part done starting, you know,
It'd
when
start
school
on
was
the
out,
top floor and
before
go
school
down.
started, get a section done so some of those
Makes sense.
classrooms would get finished.
Been there, done that.
And then
I've watched
use
it.
some of the new areas with, you know, temporary
Mhm.
partitions, maybe try to
Yeah.
avoid the pods if possible.
Oh, okay.
I think maybe we could avoid them, but
Most
Yeah.
contractors that will work with you.
So then, with the small gym being your hope to convert it to a library, is that library/media?
Yes.
And so is your intent to use that as a Central Community College campus?
probably not. I mean, I don't
We
think
hadn't
there'll be a
discussed
real
anything
big-
down that line because,
No.
you know, where it would be such a central part of our building and then on the main floor, I think it would give greater access, so I guess I don't know that it would be available for much different.
It's much larger.
I guess I
Probably
can't
still
say
isn't
because I
big
don't
enough
know.
to do
Are
that.
they still considering making a second floor?
We did. They finally ruled it out.
Now, just a small part of that, there
Part of
will
it would
be
be a
one
hall.
classroom and a hallway on about, what, a third of it? Or fourth to a third of
About a
it?
third.
About a third roughly.
Of the library?
Right.
Up on
Up
the
above,
Yeah.
up above.
Oh, okay.
The whole main floor will still be library and computer
The
lab.
hallway,
Okay.
instead of going through what is a library,
Uh-huh.
would go, the hallway would go above
Small gym?
part of the small gym.
Say the reason for that is that dead end hall, we've got to do
That way you
Yeah.
can bring it
something.
around.
So there'd be a hallway all the way around
Mhm.
then.
And then
And
that,
you maybe did
That's
it.
right,
The
some of those
elevator
fire
will
issues.
also be in the corner of
it'd be in the
gym.
northeast
Northeast
corner,
corner,
yeah,
right.
where they would start that hallway coming across there.
Well, so you guys got some pretty good plans.
Well, we've been working a long time on
Yeah, I
it, so.
mean, we've looked, hashed and rehashed, and still not.
If you could stop me, I'll dig through and, but you gotta understand, like I said, it's just not.
Yes,
final.
yes.
Well,
Ideas.
was it you that said the cafeteria has to have another exit? When does that have to be?
5 years, 4 years now.
4 years now, because the year's burned up.
Okay, so you don't have to go knock a hole in the wall today or before school
No.
starts?
Because what we'd have to do is we'd have to excavate into the sidewalk there and put the
If-
ramp system in.
If you remember, the very first meeting we ever went to, I think your husband was there, Jamie, I don't know if you were, Dawn, and Keith and I can't remember who else from the public, you were. One of the main things that Jim Berg said that this school had problems with was the cafeteria. I'll never forget that. That was one of his, he said, one of the weakest areas in the school.
And I guess for art room, we can use that west entrance as, but you can't exit through a kitchen.
Right.
So for cafeteria. And actually for an art room, it gives them the natural light that they've been lacking for art, so it's a plus for that.
I think it's a good solution.
Any other questions or comments? Certainly welcome the discussion, it's been a positive discussion. So I guess at this time I would ask for a motion to consider action on the bond issue for November.
do we wanna set the,
Amount.
I would think in the motion, I guess I would do a motion that we pursue a bond issue so that it goes to a vote of the district patrons in the amount of $9,800,000 for the November election.
Okay, is there a second?
Oh,
Okay, it's been moved by Tom, seconded by Marty, that we present a bond issue to go to the vote of the people in the amount of $9.8 million. Vote of the district, I should say. Is there further discussion? If not, roll call vote, Marty?
Yes.
Lonnie?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
I vote yes. Sue?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
Motion carried. Okay, next is report of superintendent to the board.
Budget factors, they don't give us a whole lot anymore. These students spend this much. Now, this $6,973,000 is without special ed and Title I and stuff. But we'll have probably 800, we'll be 800,000 underspent from our budget, so that's not a problem. The problem is always the levy lid. That's the one that makes it tough. State aid, we gained about 40,000 on the last printout, so we're down about 110,000 now. Other than that,
So all the entries went to like Lincoln Mill on everyone out here. We went backwards regardless of what the paper says.
well, yeah, but we would, yeah.
We didn't get a ton extra money this
No,
year.
no, and we won't. If we work for the stability factor, we'd be worse shape than we are, so.
What did you say? It was, if it
we've
was
got-
for the what
there's
factors?
Stability.
Oh, okay.
We've got two factors in there. One on total state aid, that you can only lose like 5 or 10%. I can't remember
Okay.
right now, right offhand, is a maximum. And the other one is on the needs side, and our needs can't grow, but the stability keeps them from decreasing,
Okay.
okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that's saving us quite a little every year, because we went from a sparse school to just a standard school, and the funding went downhill after with that, which we knew it would. So,
Yeah, you, in the last 2 years, you've lost about 300,000 in state aid.
yeah. And part of that is our valuation growth,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
especially with the ethanol plant.
Mm-hmm.
Makes it, a big, if you get it in valuation, then the state aid drops.
Yeah, yeah.
It goes like this. So we knew that would happen when we had that big jump. By the way, they
In the
paid,
personal property.
yeah. We
Yes,
only
that's
get
the
off-
first I heard of that.
We only
Hey,
get
last
personal
Monday,
property.
we covered it.
Did you hear that?
And that might mess up our valuation a little bit for next year, because they prepaid.
Oh,
Yes, because
So they
Yeah.
won't, that valuation won't be in there.
yeah, with the sale
For 1
involved,
year.
the accelerated or prorated personal property, when you do a sale, you have to
Okay.
pay up to the date.
Yes.
How did they call that personal property? If I built that, I'd be real estate.
There's
The equipment
still
is
a real
personal
estate
property.
portion, don't
Yeah, they
worry.
got that so that in 5 years they can depreciate it out and
Yeah,
won't pay
well, I
nothing.
think 15, 10.
But you're right, there's a pretty
Yeah.
good portion of it that you would think is
Well,
fixed to the real
if you
estate.
build it on your place, you'd be paying real estate on it.
Probably.
Yeah.